Hey, so movies have come and gone. It's the summer's blockbuster movies have made their impact on the year, and people are already going, "Oh, it's the worst year," blah 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 blah, and like, depending on who you talk to, it's the worst year in like 16 years. It's the worst year in 25 years, and it's just blockbusters are down. Okay, well. You know, it happens. You always have these years that are bad. You have these years that are good. But what I find now, it's not about the summers anymore. It's not like it used to be, right?
No, definitely. I remember like back in the day. It was more.
Now we're old. Yeah, back in the day.
When we were younger, you would look forward to in the summertime because that's when the bigger movies came out, the more hyped movies came out.
Here's context. Jurassic Park, the first one, was released when we were younger, in our teens, and we would go to see I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. I saw Independence Day 5 times in the theater.
I remember Independence Day because it was big. But I don't remember... I remember it being more of a thing when people would go line up and go to watch movies because they were excited. Now you don't see that as often. You see it for like Star Wars. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head that people are like buying tickets months in advance, up to like.
There were some Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the exceptions this year. Star Wars is definitely one of those ones. There are those. There's always the ones that are excited for, and really because of the limited, because it costs a lot of money to go to. I have to pick and choose which movies I do and don't. It costs
way too much to go to a movie. How much does it cost to get into a movie? $13 now or something like that?
Yeah.
$13 to get into a movie, and then you buy popcorn. One adult. So you go 2 adults plus your popcorn. Plus your snacks, you're looking $55 to go see a movie. $60 to go see a movie.
A person.
You know what I mean? Like,
so it kind of makes sense that things aren't that the summers aren't as big of a deal. But it's come down to this. A lot of movies are more spread out now because Guardians of the Galaxy came out in May. Wonder Woman came out in June, which is still technically the summer. I haven't
watched Wonder Woman yet.
No, neither have I. We still have Star Wars 7, 8 coming out in December. Right? So that's still technically this year.
Are they selling tickets already for it?
No.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, not quite yet. I don't think it's as doom and gloom as the media, which the media does tend to do that. But, this summer's had plenty of bombs, and I think hopefully in a couple of years it'll be adjusted, because it's hard to adjust for next year, because most of the movies are already in production.
I think what's happening, in my opinion anyways, I'm not like a huge movie theater goer, but I think the way that, and we've talked about it many times because we enjoy entertainment, but I think the way that people consume entertainment nowadays is a lot different, and I think it's affecting movies, and I think that they need to adapt. They're not adapting. I think they're gonna, if they don't change the way that they deliver movies, it's gonna change. They're gonna fail.
Okay. Again, context. When we used to go to the movies, movies didn't have the short turnaround time that they have now. So when Jurassic Park came out in the theaters, you wouldn't see it come out on DVD for at least a year.
Now 3 months,
6 months.
It's 6 months.
It's a 6 months title. So they hit the theaters, and then within 6 months it's out on DVD
or Netflix or wherever, or a streaming service.
Exactly. So that I think that turnaround hurts. In my grand scheme of things, that quick turnaround really hurts theaters, because why do I want to go see it in the theater when it's going to be on?
That's how I've become. It's going to be out in 6 months, so I'll just wait.
Yeah,
and I think that's where movies are. That's where they're failing, because when you look at Netflix, they're constantly putting out new content every month. You see something new. There's something new, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like when you go to a movie, you expect it to be good, whereas Netflix, we've gone through a bunch of crap to get to some of the good stuff, so I kind of see
I would say that Netflix, for me, I'm just talking about Netflix originals, out of like 5 that I watch, I probably like 2.5 of them. Like 2.5, 50%.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's a pretty decent rate. I don't remember the last time I watched a sitcom on actual cable you know what I mean? Like, I don't remember
my
last
cable cord like many years ago.
I don't remember the last time I watched a movie in a movie theater, for that matter.
For me, going to the theater is an experience.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
I do pick and choose what movies. I don't go just to go. Mm-hmm. If I had the funds, maybe.
I used to, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, me and the wife used to go to movies all the time. We'd go to a movie a week or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But now it's kind of like, well, obviously,
it's
because
much
we
more
have kids.
difficult.
But
so for I enjoy still because unfortunately the last movie I saw was Logan. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. We should have gone to see Guardians, but the missus didn't want to go see it. There hasn't really been, in my opinion, it's been a weak year. And weak years happen, it's just one of those things. You have your cycles. You have good years and you have bad years. And I don't know, when you think about it, so one of the people said is that this is the worst year since 2006.
Like financially?
Well, yeah, because so in 2006 they had a $3.7 billion year, and in 2017 they're expecting $3.8 billion. Now, this is the first time they haven't broken the $4 billion mark since 2006. And it's just like, $4 billion isn't that bad in the movie. It isn't that bad for money. It's not horrible. I think movie theaters are noticing things like this, and there's been a big push towards making the theater an experience again, instead of trying to crowd.
Well, it has to be. It has to be an experience because, I don't think that...
Instead of trying to crowd as many people in like they, instead of packing them in like sardines now, there's been a revamp towards recliner seats, alcohol.
Less seating,
people,
more comfort.
More comfort. Way more comfort. Actually be able to do this.
Because because when you think about it, right? If you're a moviegoer and you're like, oh, movie XYZ's out in theaters, in 6 months it's going to be out, so you can watch it at home. Now, what is going to drive me to go to the theater? I don't want to go sit in a sardine room with 150 people. If I want to go to the theater, I want to sit in a recliner with my beer and my popcorn, and I want to enjoy my movie, and I want to have room, be comfortable. Yeah. Because if not, I'm just going to wait for it to come out.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm going to be stuck in a sardine can, I might as well sit on my couch. So there's that push towards that, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't actually been able to go to one of these types because it's there are 2 different chains here in Canada, and the one that's actually converted is not the chain that I go to, because I have a rewards program that I use.
Scene points?
Yeah, Scene points. And so I haven't gone to the other one yet, but I've heard plenty of good things. They say it's comfortable, it's good seating. If you do it right, it's a pretty nice thing, and it's like... So... I don't think movies are going to die. Big deal. It's been it's been interesting because there's been last year we had Stranger Things come out during the summer, which it was a huge phenomenon. This year we actually had the Conor Mayweather McGregor fight, and people are saying that affected, because that was a pay-per-view that brought in
500 million or something. I don't know.
Right? So think about that. $500 million was spent on a fight that might have had a difference in people going to the theater and stuff like that.
I think I look at it differently because I'm really curious on how Disney's streaming service will affect like if they decide that they're gonna go right to their service with their new movies, or are they going to still go theatrical releases? So that's my big question.
I think they have to go theatrical because, honestly, are more people going to subscribe
Yes, I think so. Me personally, I think that if I went and I said Cars 4 is not going to be a theatrical release, it's going to go straight to our service, $15 a month. Especially parents, to be able to save, if you have a family of 4 and they're like, oh, we want to go see Cars, $100.
Yeah.
$15, and you get the Disney service for a month, $20 even. You know what I mean? I think that like, so you would have to, obviously you'd have to, there's smarter people out there than me that would think about this. But imagine, I just think that all, I'm just being selfish because I want all companies to switch to streaming services because they're so much better than movie theaters and cable and stuff like that. But when you think about it, how much money would a movie make? How much money would like a big blockbuster make? Like 100 million, 200 million?
Oh, Wonder Woman's made like $807 million this year.
From theater, right?
Yeah, from theater.
So that's still a pretty big.
But
I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
Okay, to put it, if you want to put it into context, you would need.
Oh man, that would be like 400 million people would have to subscribe.
Yeah,
to
you would need a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah,
and the thing is, it's like you could stream it unlimited. Whereas if you see the movie once and you go back and see it
again,
so
I wonder how many unique views like one of those movies have compared to. It'd be interesting to have the breakdown of that.
Because that's the thing is
because when you have unique views, it's
it's one subscriber. But at that point in time, it's like you have a
one
million
subscriber could have 20 people at their house.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
So.
It's one of those things. It's a double-edged sword, right? Streaming is a good idea, but maybe.
What's a movie you're looking forward to?
Star Wars.
Okay, you're looking forward to Star Wars. So Disney says we're gonna go with Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But we're not gonna put it in the theaters. But you have to pay $25 to get your streaming service. No. You wouldn't watch it at all?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, here's my $25.
If I'm gonna, it's one of those ones I want to see in the theater. I want to see it on a giant big screen, surround sound. That's the whole point of it. Okay, I have a different philosophy when it comes to movies. A movie, for example, like Baywatch, I don't think is a theater type movie. A movie like
I don't even think that's like a watch movie. I'm like, no, Baywatch, no thanks.
Okay, that was one of the flops of this year. So yeah, I get
that
it.
That was what they considered a blockbuster?
No, it was a flop.
No, okay.
But it was one of the Blockbuster.
What are they? Really? Oh, man.
They try it. It was part of the Blockbuster series,
okay.
but it was one of the ones that flopped.
Yeah.
So it's all fine and I want to see these things on the big screen, and I have a standard when it comes to movies. It's like I'm not going to watch a drama. I'm not going to watch a thriller. I'm not going to watch those types of movies because I want the comfort of my own home. I want the big, spectacular explosions, blah, on the big screen because
it gives you a better.
Yeah,
it just gives you overall more enjoyment, right?
Yeah,
I see. That's the difference. Like you can see the difference right here is because you enjoy that stuff, whereas I'm like, it doesn't. I'm like, I would take comfort in my own house over that any day.
So, for example, I saw Rogue One in the theaters, and I own Rogue One on Blu-ray. It looks fantastic on my TV. Like, oh my gasm thing. And it looks beautiful. But I would not have taken away my seeing it in the theater because it was so much fun to see it on in the theater, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I like that theater aspect. There are certain movies you go to the theater to see. I don't have a problem with streaming. I just, if they're gonna start saying, "Oh, you have to have our streaming," and it's the only way I'm going to see the movie, I'm going to stop watching movies. I'm going to stop doing it because it's like...
It'll be interesting to see because, like you said, it's a down year for blockbusters. It's a down year for big movies. So it'll be interesting to see if movies can rebound. Next year is next year. There's a whole list of stuff. This year...
this year still has movies. And
Yeah.
all the movies that are still coming out would normally, like 20 years ago, 10 years ago even, would have been during the summer. But they spread movies out now, and they've become... it's become more of a year-long thing instead of just summers.
There's nothing that when I see a trailer or I see something, like I want to see the movie It, but it's not going to get me to open my pocketbook and spend $60 to go to a theater.
It, I'm going to watch it at home, but Star Wars, theater.
I want to see Star Wars, but that's where the difference I think comes. I think that the difference, and you can see that divide in people. There's still people like you who love the theater, who love the experience because that's what it is for them. And there's people like me who are like, to me, it doesn't really make a difference. If it's on my television, it's on my television. If it's on a theater, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, that's what you'll get. It's the Pepsi Coke debate.
Yeah,
right. What it boils down to, and honestly, unless next year and the year after have more steeper declines in the theater aspect, going to see movies in the theaters is still going to be a thing.
God, I didn't realize that movies are still that big. $800 million for Wonder Woman. I didn't realize that they were still that big.
It's still they still bring in money.
I still didn't. Because when did Wonder Woman come out in theaters? June,
May
right?
or June,
May or June, and it's already coming to on-demand services.
When?
Like soon, I think. I'm pretty sure it's pretty soon.
But yeah, it's just one of those things.
So you look at that. That's what, 4 months at most.
I think that's part of the reason why things aren't working the way they work is because there's that quick turnaround, and that quick turnaround is what's killing theaters. Because it's like, why go when I just have to wait?
I still love movies. I'll always love movies. I enjoy sitting down for the couple hours getting through a movie.
Hey, we review movies on a regular basis.
We're gonna start doing some of the blockbusters from the summer.
Yeah, now that all the blockbusters over, we're gonna start reviewing them.
We're gonna go over them. We're gonna so keep to the channels for on Wednesdays when because we'll start next week. We'll right.
Yeah,
that's our plan, is to start next week with a couple. I'm thinking Wonder Woman will be one of them because I think we can have access to it.
Pencil us in next week
for Wonder Woman for sure,
and the other one is to be announced.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about movies in theaters. Do you still go to them? Do you still get excited? What do you look for in them? In what would get you to open your pocketbook to go see a movie? And let us know in the comments below, and hit the subscribe button for great movie reviews and more exciting topics at Cool Discussions.
Yeah.